Welcome to Tales from the Caveside, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
Hello, welcome to another video. As you saw at the end of the last video, we've done it. Now it's a preparation for paintation, let's say. So just cleaning up the worst of the rubbish on the floor, bits of grit and what have you. I then can go around and do the brushing that I told you about on the bits of latest plaster, and then we're going to be putting plastic down. Don't know how many coats it's going to take. As you saw on Cave 2, we have to do a coat every 24 hours. We can't do it more frequently than that. We've got to wait for it to dry in between. And guesses below as to how many litres of paint we end up using. Bear in mind, we worked out Cave 2, we actually used 350 litres of whitewash. So we'll work it out in this, and at the end of the process, we'll see who's got the closest guess. It's gonna be interesting, but also, I can't wait for the transformation. I can't wait.
Dave, a job I have to do is sweep this ceiling. Get all the salt off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Here, there's absolutely nothing. It's literally from around this area here. So I've got to sweep all the salt off, so we'll do that before we finish sweeping up.
Yep.
Well, we'll get all the grit up first, and then we'll go around and sweep again for the salt.
Salt removal time.
Yes, this is my salt removal system. Stiff brush, we've got 2 or 3 of these smaller stiff brushes. I can't find the one I used last time. I used this one. Don't matter. Again, as we did in there, just a quick brush and remove all the salt.
So Chris has finished brushing the salt off. It's amazing how much there is.
Wow.
No. There you go.
They're all swept up now.
Yes, indeed.
I'll start this way. I'll see how much we've got in the lump.
While she's just doing that, we'll come back to that. But I'm going to rub this wall down, put some gloves on and just rub that down, because that's another sweepy thing. There we go, one pile of salt. Should we collect it up and sell it as cave salt? You can buy sea salt, you can buy other Himalayan pink salt. There's cave salt.
I don't think it's, well, it probably is the right sort of leaf, I don't know.
Don't know. I rubbed this back bit down as well, and those are the stones that came off as the surface stones. So, Chris wins, you're the winner.
Yeah. That is an amazing amount of salt.
So there is a salt mountain near us where they actually quarry salt, and it is piped all the way down to the coast where there are pink salt flats that people go. It's a tourist attraction, and the salt is then spread out into those lakes and dried and then collected from there. Is it La Marina that the salt flats are?
I believe so, near Torrevieja.
It's near Torrevieja, it's down on the coast, but the mountain that they're actually quarried from is just, you can't quite see it from here, but you can just the other side of the hill over there. And it goes all the way down to the coast. Right, just got to go around now, and I'm going to put masking tape on all the switches. It is such a big area. Not as big as when we did that side, but a real shame we can't spray it. And we have also been asked about that. Can you spray lime? And we did the lime wash, sorry. And we did try it, and I'll link the video to it up here for you. It didn't work. It doesn't take into the walls. You need to have, we use what's called a Valencian brush, the round one, to work it in. You need to have a big, long, bristled brush to work the lime wash into the lime for it to take properly. So yeah, I'll put a link up here for you, and you can see we did try spraying it. It doesn't work. Don't go there.
Right, it's black carpet time again. We didn't quite have enough just to reach there, but it's only a little tiny area, so that's all right. Next, it's taping up these sockets.
Yes.
And boards and things like that. Oh, blimey, what they call them? Junction box covers. It's just to save the worst, and we want to leave the covers on because we don't want the line wash to actually go inside where electricity is.
Yeah, because unlike emulsion, as you see, it's so wet, it tends to dribble. We don't want it to go into
That's it.
live electricity.
Yes. I mean, we'll turn the sockets off anyway, but we will need the lights. So what will happen is these lights will stay up because we're going to need the light, even though it is reasonably light in here. And then when we replace the lights, the light fittings and everything, then we'll just line wash where they were. That's the plan. But we do need the light, and we don't have the lights to replace them yet. So we'll just get this done and then replace them. But we're getting replaced with exactly the same looking ones anyway. But they do need replacing. Because in some places where the salt's come through, it's actually made the metal surround, if I can find it. Maybe not on this one. Oh yeah, you can see look, a little bit of rust. And the reason why we have these sort of lights is just because of head height. There isn't that much headroom in here to have any other sort of light. The glass shades are off these lights. They're actually in really good condition, apart from a little bit of surface rust, and obviously we don't want that. So they're off.
All sockets and everything are all masked off.
Yep.
We are good to go.
We are. Have a look inside those shades. The top one is from this corridor first bit.
Oh my goodness. No wonder there was no light coming in here.
That's just dust.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm going to give them a quick clean before we start. Otherwise we'll forget all about it.
Nice and clean. It's drying, opaque. There you go.
Oh
Much
yeah.
more light.
There is much more light. Okay. It's a shame you can't just buy replacement bases and then keep those, because it's just a waste that you can't buy individual parts.
Yes.
So this bit's broken. Oh look, I've got to buy the whole lot.
And they were a ridiculous price anyway. They were only like €10 for the whole thing.
I don't even think those are much.
No.
Anyway, we're ready for paint.
We are.
We're ready for paint. We'd like 5 minutes before we start.
Yes. It's been sat for a few minutes, just going to remix it. And that's why we've got the plastic down.
You've got to keep mixing it every so often, because the bits do sink. So I'll be using this big bucket, because I've got a big brush and big area to do. I'm going to be using this little old water jug.
Because Chris is using that,
Yes.
and I'm using that.
Yes.
I'm going to tie in the skirting in the back bedroom. Just go around the edges and get that with his first coat on, and the same in this room as well. So it's just going to be time consuming and just pottering along with a little paintbrush.
Yes, and hopefully I'll get a reasonable amount done before you get done.
Yes. So I think we should put some music on and go for it. Here we go again.
At least don't have that much to do up the
No.
walls.
Well, no, that's true.
There's still plenty, obviously.
It's going to take a couple of coats so you can see, you can hardly see it.
Yeah.
That's fine, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's it. It's actually quite difficult to see where I need to be, because it's really, really white anyway. Yeah, the reason for that is because all the lime that we put on is actually calcified properly. On the walls it has too, but where there's been the damp coming down and evaporating out, it's actually drawn some of the colour of the lime through, which is why we're going to lime wash.
Coat 1 in the disaster room, our nemesis, done. I'll go and get a sponge now, just where I got it a little bit over and did it with my hands. I'll wash it off so we don't have to use too much acid later on. The floors will all be acided, even the new ones, for the sealing product that we've bought for actually doing everywhere. And Chris is doing really well in there.
Yeah.
Cool. So I've done that little room first coat on skirting. This one's next. So there you go, before and after first coat. It's gonna look good, it's gonna look good. How are you getting on, Chris?
Okay. I've done in there now.
Yeah.
This lime takes a lot better, this lime wash takes a lot better to the stuff that's been there a long time over the new stuff.
Okay.
Don't know why, but it does.
To be fair, when we were doing it, we couldn't see the difference in colour because when it goes on, it's so wet. You don't see it, and then it dries to white. Hopefully, you can see the difference now as it's drying. Well, you can, because it was all that colour, and now we're whitewashing. There you go, original colour with one coat of whitewash. And we've done all this sealing. I think it's better to see from this side with the light. Yeah, there you go. Looking good.
I do think we may have overestimated our painting prowess then. I thought we'd get the whole lot done first coat in a day, but we did start later with laying out and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get it all done today.
No, I'm ready to call it now. It's about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but if I can just get this bit of wall done, and then we're at a corner, so it won't be
There's no
too
joints.
bad. Yeah.
Well, just doing that little bit, turn this a little bit more, but that's fine. So this wall has been done on that side, and this one's had its first coat as well. So, all in all, really happy. You can really tell the difference now as it's drying.
Yes.
And tell people you've been painting without telling people you've been painting at this stage as well.
I thought that's from you, splashing me. Got it all down the back of my neck and everything.
Well, it's a painted kiss. I don't know.
You went, oops.
Yeah, I did.
Right, that's how it is. Oh, that's doing really, really well. Seems brilliant. So this wall's had one coat, and down there's had one coat. And none here. And you can see where we've been doing some on there. So yeah, it's going really well. What about here? Oh yeah. We knew this would take more coats because this is the bench that I built, and then this is all fresh lime. And it's coming up well. So we'll get on and get some more painting done. So I've had a good inspection of the ceilings, and there's a couple of spots where we'd actually missed. So I've just gone over and done them. Lily's doing a little bit in that corner. And right,
was so difficult, I don't know if you said it before, it was so difficult to see the ceiling yesterday because of all the lumps and bumps and the way the lighting is. Couldn't tell where we'd been.
No. But now we can.
Now we can because it's dried so white, yes.
Yes. So, there's a couple more spots just behind me that I just need to top up. And we better get on with these walls.
Indeed. So it's going really well. Coverage is good. It's getting whiter and whiter like we expected. We did at one point think that we would leave inside this chimney natural, not painted. But now, as everything else is whitening up so much, it just looks dirty. So I'm going to go back in and paint that.
Right, 2 different brushes. This is the original one that Lillian's using, and it's looking a bit dog-eared now. And this is the newer one that I'm using. This one is not as good as this one. This one paints better than this one.
Yeah.
Now Lillian thought I was making excuses for it not being painting too well, so she tried this one. And?
It's rubbish.
It's not as good as this one, is it?
No. This one is very dog-eared. It's also been worn away over the years. Because when you buy them, they are all like that. They're all got all the bristles, that's the word I was looking for, are the same length. It's got a nice flat end.
Yeah.
But the dog-eared one just works much, much better.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. This one is as dry as this one, and that has still got a bit of white lime wash as if it's in it, and this one is completely clean.
After a lot of hard work, it actually looks worse than it did. When it's wet, it's patchy. But that ceiling has had a second coat. Chris has worked really hard at that, which is brilliant. Really, really good. I've done a second coat on the skirtings, as I call it, around that room, and the same in that room, and various other little bits and pieces that needed doing.
Yeah.
Recap on the day, that's had a second coat in there, that's had a second coat in there, in the fireplace it's had a first coat, that's had second coat, this has had first coat, this has had second coat,
First coat.
this has had first coat, in there's had first coat, this has had first coat.
Yep, and this is the second coat.
And that's had a second coat.
Yeah.
So,
It's a shame we ran out of yesterday.
I know, we should have done a first coat for everything yesterday, but hey ho, it's what it is.
Yeah.
So, I'm really happy with that. It's actually quite an early finish because we started crazy early to try and beat the heat. So that's good, we'll enjoy the rest of the day.
What do you think? We'll have a quick look.
It's looking good, it's looking good. Yeah, certainly turning. It's turning into a palace from a pumpkin. Obviously still very patchy, expected that. So we'll get another coat on today. We won't bore you guys with us painting, it's just us painting again. We'll just show you befores, after each stage. You can see the transformation more quickly then.
That's it. These walls that didn't look too brilliant yesterday have actually dried in nicely, haven't they?
Yes.
Right, so end of the day. We've left it a bit. It is looking really good. Just a little patch here and there. Just needs a little bit more work. Especially here, for some reason. And there. But other than that, it is going awesome. How white it is. Brilliant.
So everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Apologies if it's just been painting, but it's a necessary evil, as you well know. Tomorrow for us, which is next video for you, Chris is going to start refurbishing our log fires. So that's going to be something a little bit different. We've had them in here for 4 years and looking a bit worse for wear. And hopefully by the end of the same video, I will have all the painting done, plastic up off the floor, and the floors acided. So that's going to be quite something to see. I'm really looking forward to it. Comments as ever, welcome below. Hit that thumbs up button, we appreciate it. and we will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching Tales from the Caveside. If you like what we do, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Drop us a like and leave us a comment. See you on the next one.